Or ABC 10 News at 5 starts right now.
San Diego County hits the red tier, and restaurants, gyms, and other businesses get the green light to reopen indoor service.
We're ready to have some chaos. We hope that people come out and dine indoors.
The preparations already underway for tomorrow. Plus, why some local hotel owners say more needs to be done still in order for them to start recovering.
And a deadly explosion rocks a San Bernardino County neighborhood. What investigators say was behind that thick plume of smoke into the sky.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
Restaurants, gyms, movie theaters, and many other businesses are getting ready to reopen their doors to welcome customers back inside. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Lindsay Pena. The go-ahead comes because the region has progressed into the state's red tier of coronavirus restrictions. Those aren't the only changes in store. We have team coverage on the county's move into the red tier. We begin with ABC 10 News reporter John Horn, who is live in Chula Vista, where restaurants are already preparing. Hi, John.
Hi, Lindsay. Yes, this is one of the tents that lines 3rd Street. There's people eating here. This is El Cruce 241. This tent's here amid the pandemic. And then if you just look right over here, there's an open air garage. But restaurants bracing for more people because what we're not showing you right now is the whole part of this restaurant, the whole other wing they haven't been able to use. That about to change.
We opened in October and no one in their right mind saw this one coming.
Colin Corrigan and his business partners spent nearly $1 million transforming Chula Vista's old Harper Music Store into El Cruce 241, aimed at giving Chula Vista a taste of Baja California.
We were all in. There was no choice to turn back.
Then more headwinds came. In December, with SoCal ICU capacity at 0%, the governor's stay-at-home order went into effect. It limited restaurants in San Diego County to takeout only. The staff at El Cruce 241 dropped from 27 to 3. The management scrambling just to make their menu takeout friendly.
It got really scary in January and February. It was pretty rough.
But this Tuesday in March, a new beginning. With the spread of COVID cases dropping and vaccine eligibility increasing, San Diego County officially moved into the red tier of coronavirus restrictions. That means restaurants such as El Cruce can serve indoors at 25% capacity, and it's already hiring for the occasion.
We're ready to have some chaos. We hope that people come out and dine indoors.
Corrigan added another 4 staff members in anticipation of indoor dining, ultimately planning to expand up to 17 workers. But not all restaurants made it through. New numbers from the state show that employment in San Diego County restaurants is down more than 30%, or by about 40,000 jobs in the last year. Some of those may never come back. And these are the stairs you're looking at El Cruce 241. You come down here, there's a whole nother bar, and then you look down this way and empty space. Well, at least in the red tier, this restaurant and the ones in the county, 25% capacity or 100 people, whichever is fewer. That starts tomorrow. For now, live in Chula Vista, John Horn, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, John. And in the red tier, hotels can finally start offering indoor dining and letting guests use their fitness centers. Our team coverage continues with ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala, who is live in Mission Bay. And Mimi, some say still needs to be done, more needs to be done for hotels to recover.
Yeah, Lindsay, a lot of them say they rely on special events and meetings to survive. And while that's still not allowed, they do say having indoor dining and gyms back open inside of hotels could at least help them stay afloat.
It's been devastating. It has been, catastrophic for the industry.
The hotel and lodging industry has struggled during this pandemic. Closed amenities and travel restrictions leading to less visitors and layoffs in 2020.
Many hotels have had to close down temporarily. They had to lay off the majority of their staff. And when I say majority, it's like 95%.
Namara Mercer is the executive director of the San Diego County Lodging Association. She says the county entering the red tier could mean some hotels will start to bounce back and more furloughed employees will return to work.
Coming back to the red tier is very, very helpful. The one thing that is really important for our hotel community is they need to be able to give the customers what they want. So they need to prove that they're safe. but they also have to have those amenities like the indoor dining and the gyms.
Jeff Berg is the general manager of the San Diego Marriott Gaslamp Quarter. He says reopening the hotel's indoor restaurant at 25% capacity and the fitness center at 10% capacity is a step in the right direction.
It allows us to bring back more housekeepers and servers for the restaurant front office staff.
Our hotel industry generates a third of the budget for the city of San Diego through the TOT generation. And we need to get our people back to work.
While the reopenings are positive for the industry, Mercer says a lot more still needs to be done for hotels to fully rebound.
I think that this is really good news, but at the end of the day, until hotels can reopen for meetings and events, they're not going to be able to hire back their employees, and they won't be able to have occupancy back up to a normal amount.
Mercer says a plan has been approved by the county to allow some small events or meetings, but it still does need final approval from the state. We're live in Mission Bay. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Mimi. And coming up at 5:30, I'll take a look at the risks still facing those who haven't been vaccinated yet and what to remember about the indoor spread of COVID.
More students are back in class across our North County, and that includes at the higher levels. Today, Poway Unified, San Dieguito, and Carlsbad Unified began allowing students back in small groups 1 or 2 days a week. That's after a judge ruled yesterday that schools could start their reopening plans regardless of what tier the county is in. Several parents told us they do feel relieved.
I think that we're on the path to getting all of our kids back in school where they belong, with teachers in the classroom.
A state spokesperson tells us the schools would have been able to begin reopening tomorrow anyway, since the county has moved into the red tier. However, the districts hope the lawsuit ruling will be helping them to open 5 days a week much earlier.
The fight against the virus is reaching a new milestone. Moderna says it's now beginning vaccine trials in children. The company plans on testing its COVID vaccine on kids as young as 6 months to 12 years old. 7,000 children in total are expected to take part in the trial in the U.S. and Canada.
Children often need lower doses of vaccines than adults, so we want to make sure we find the best dose that increases their immunity.
With more kids back in classes, the CDC is now looking into how children should be seated after a new study suggested 3 feet apart instead of 6. And tonight, all 50 states are reporting that at least 10% of their respective adult populations have been fully vaccinated. You can keep up with the latest coronavirus developments, from vaccinations to reopenings, with the ABC 10 News app. Find it for free in the App Store. 5 people are recovering after an impaired driver plowed into a homeless encampment downtown yesterday morning. 3 other people were killed. The nightmare scene is shining a light on San Diego's homeless crisis. ABC 10 News anchor Vanessa Van Hefty spoke with Mayor Todd Gloria, who says there is no easy solution.
A somber scene of an unimaginable mass casualty crash.
What happened yesterday is just one tragedy in the middle of an ongoing raging crisis on our streets.
Homeless advocate Michael McConnell with messages for the 3 killed and 5 injured when 71-year-old Craig Voss, who is suspected of DUI, plowed into a homeless encampment.
2 of the folks' names were Randy and Rodney. We lost 3 neighbors. We lost 3 folks yesterday.
Tuesday, the city cleared the tunnel, a safe haven where many seek shelter.
I want to have hope that this will spur us into action, but I've seen so many of these tragedies already that haven't. It's going to take real leadership.
San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria says there's no silver bullet.
We are going to have to do the difficult work of grinding it out day after day after day.
Last week, the city expanded homeless services, deploying 17 outreach specialists and adding more shelter beds. The solution?
We have to build more housing and provide the supportive services for individuals in order to get them off the streets. And that will not be done overnight.
With less than 100 days in office, Gloria says funding is priority.
It is more expensive to leave people unsheltered than it is to give them housing, right? Because they rely upon emergency medical services. They interact with law enforcement. We have to provide the cleanup services that are out there. It costs taxpayers a tremendous amount of money to serve unsheltered populations in this way. There's a better way to do it.
But with San Diego ranking 5th in the nation for our homeless population, the crisis is no quick fix. Vanessa Van Hefty, ABC 10 News.
President Biden's American Recovery Act just announced earmarks more than $21 million for San Diego's homeless crisis. Mayor Gloria is also lobbying for more money from the state, saying the dollars need to be continuous to provide homeless services and housing.
There's new hope that a school and home for foster youth in the North County can stay open. Today, the County Board of Supervisors unanimously voted to ask the state to keep the San Pasqual Academy open. Now, the county also approved picking up the $1.4 million tab to keep the facility open through June of next year. The state plans to close this academy in October due to declining enrollment, changes in laws, and loss of federal funding. Supporters say the San Pasqual is too valuable for the state to shut down.
They are responsible for the youth in our system, and they're responsible for their success. They're responsible for sort of what the after effects are. They're responsible for making the system, because these kids were put in the system for no fault of their own, a better place.
Now, if the request is accepted, Supervisor Jim Desmond says he wants to find a way to keep San Pasqual open beyond next year.